Alright YouTube, so we're back with another Final Fantasy VII Remake discussion video. This time around we are talking about the Nibelheim incident. So before we even get into the video, we're just going to throw up a spoiler warning. Pretty much for the entirety of the video, because we're going to talk about several different things that are spoilers if you don't know the original story of Final Fantasy VII. You can also refer to this as the Calm flashback, but that kind of implies that we're going to get outside of the walls of Midgar, travel all the way to Calm, and then have the flashback scenario, which we don't know if any of that's going to happen. But when it comes to the original Final Fantasy VII, the Calm flashback is where we get our first details of the Nibelheim incident, though they're not entirely accurate. And the reason why we're talking about this at all when it comes to the first Final Fantasy VII Remake game, even though it seems like we probably wouldn't get this if we're based off the original game, because again it takes place outside of the walls of Midgar, this first game is Midgar only, is the fact that we see throughout the trailers that Sephiroth is haunting Cloud. And it's pretty clear from the E3 2019 trailer that Sephiroth's not actually there. It's some sort of vision that Cloud is seeing based on the fact that he attacks, Sephiroth disappears along with the fire in the building that was behind Sephiroth. Now it's also possible that this is Sephiroth, or I guess technically Genova, like teasing or messing with Cloud, but either way, his history and past with Sephiroth is haunting him. And he clearly remembers what Sephiroth did in Nibelheim because he's pissed off at him and he attacks him. And at some point in this first game for the remake project, that needs to be explained. What happened in Nibelheim? Not even for the people that just did not play the original Final Fantasy VII or don't know the story, just from a narrative perspective. Why does this guy hate this guy? Kind of a quick rundown of the Nibelheim incident. Zack and Sephiroth go there on sort of a routine mission just to check up on the mock reactor. It's supposed to be monsters. Cloud is just a nameless grunt there. Within the reactor, Sephiroth comes across the word Genova, which he was told is the name of his mother, goes to the Shinra Manor, learns the truth of his origins, goes insane, destroys Nibelheim. There's obviously more details to it than that, but that's kind of the quick rundown of the basics of the Nibelheim incident. But through the events that take place there, the trauma of what Sephiroth does, actually getting stabbed by Sephiroth, and also the subsequent Mako poisoning after Professor Gas and Hojo find Zack and Cloud, Cloud's memory gets messed up. To the point where he pretty much thinks that he is Zack. He thinks he's a first-class member of Soldier. He thinks he went on the Nibelheim mission with Sephiroth whenever he was just a nobody. So he was there, he was present for the Nibelheim incident, but his recollection of it isn't entirely accurate. Now when it comes to this first game for the remake project, they shouldn't even address Zack as a character, except for maybe some sort of throwaway line from Aerith where she's kind of reminded of Zack through Cloud because he has his mannerisms. And maybe some little nudges to people who know the original game's story, but they should never say his name or anything. Because we don't learn the true events of the Nibelheim incident or even Zack as a character until much later in the game, far past the Midgar segment. But at some point with this first game in the remake project, Cloud is going to have to explain his history with Sephiroth either to the other characters within the game or to us, the player, through like memory or something like that. Now presumably for this first game, the main villain is going to be President Shinra and just kind of the Shinra company as a whole. But as we know, he's inevitably killed by Sephiroth, and it seems to be implied by this image here that we're actually going to have a run-in with Sephiroth in his office where he kills Shinra. And it'd either be around this moment or sometime prior where Cloud's got to give some sort of backstory, some sort of history with Sephiroth. Maybe not the entire Calm flashback or Nibelheim incident flashback, but something. But it is also possible that we could get outside of Midgar a little bit, go to Calm, and maybe even have the entire Calm flashback, or maybe they save that for the sequel. I just feel like with this first game for the remake project, with them giving so much emphasis on Sephiroth and Cloud, that at some point within this game, they got to give the backstory on them, and the only backstory is the Nibelheim incident. So what are your guys' thoughts on this? Because I could absolutely be wrong here. They could not touch on the history of Cloud and Sephiroth in this first game, which I think would be like bad storytelling. Because let's say you've never played Final Fantasy VII, you don't know anything about the story, and you hop into the remake, but they never address the Nibelheim incident, then all you have is, who is this guy following Cloud, haunting Cloud, and why does Cloud hate him? That's what you would have if they never addressed their history. Now, I don't know if we're going to get the entire Nibelheim flashback like we did in the original game in Calm, but still, Cloud's got to at least tell everybody within the party, or at least to the player, you know, through memory and stuff like that, like, Sephiroth destroyed my hometown. So as always, I pass off to you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Do you think we're going to get anything regarding the events that took place within Nibelheim in the first game? Leave your thoughts and more in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and want to see more Final Fantasy VII Remake content. Turn on notifications. Follow me on Twitter at @dashingdavid. And my Discord. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.